ever signed an agreement, a contract with a demon? No? You sure about that? You positive? especially you, Gen X. I'm here to tell you they hit us hard. Pew, pew, pew. For some reason, Gen X was certainly targeted. And they started with us as kids. But as you're sitting here watching this video thinking, nope, not me. I've never signed a contract with a demon. No way, no how, no sir. That is exactly what I told my beautiful friend, Whitney, who was doing my deliverance, because I chose to do two after coming out of the occult as a psychic clairvoyant medium. Even though I didn't dabble in the other stuff, like it or not, that was a new age life I lived. And by being a medium, and demons, they love to attach. And when you come out of the occult, psychic, tarot reading, etc., into Christianity, it is vital. You have no idea what is attached to you that came off of others. They're like leeches, No, they're parasites. And parasites are hard to kill. Anywho, I digress. As I was in my second deliverance, because I didn't feel like the first one, he asked me, have you ever signed any contracts with a demon in this realm or in any other? No, sir. No way. No how. Because although I've always had the gift and ability to see beyond the veil my entire life, and I've always had the gift of knowing things, past, present, and future, the world called me a psychic clairvoyant medium, and y'all know it. What my friends call me? They call me the small medium at large. That's kind of still cute because I was itty bitty and I knew things and I could see. I saw dead people. But I've also been something else my entire life. And in fact, if you were to weigh it on a scale, this one would be up here and psychic clairvoyant medium would be down here. And what is this? Oh, my friends, I've always been a Christian through and true and through. He asked me, have you signed any contracts? Nope, that's a no. But I forgot one thing. Ooh, Satan is tricky. No, he's tricky, yo. And I will guarantee you, I am staring at thousands, if not tens of thousands of people who have also, like myself, me time, 3 times. I did it 3 times unknowingly, just like so many of you. I'm staring at people who unknowingly have contracts with demons. And even more so, more than a contract, a binding contract, a stamped, sealed, witnessed contract, legally binding in this realm and in every realm contract. But even more so, with that contract, you welcome that demon into your family. And you gave that demon your name. Satan really is a sneaky little bastard, and he really did. He got us young. I mean, like the Parker Brother Ouija board for Gen X wasn't enough. 8 years old. Go ahead, kids. Go on. Summon up a demon. Open doors you'll never in your lifetime know how to close. Old Parker Brothers. Geez, thanks a lot. Those have been demons all along. Ouija boards don't do it. Never, ever. Mad face don't do it. Hands down, by far, out of everything I've witnessed in my life, the Ouija board is the most dangerous tool the demons love to use. But that's not what I'm talking about. Pew, pew, pew. I'm talking about how else they got Gen X. The contract almost every single one of us signed way back in the 1980s. That has literally been attached to you ever since. A demon that came equipped with a first and even a middle name. All it needed was a last name. All it needed was yours. And I'm going to show you that contract you signed. A contract so firm, so legal, so binding in this realm and in every realm. It required an oath and even a witness. Yo, I'm a realtor and I can tell you a contract to be valid, it must have a date, it must have terms, it must have a signature, and this one is notarized because this one, it had a witness. And I suppose as adoption goes, it had everything that an adoption would require. For every single Cabbage Patch Kid that those of us of Gen X and generations beyond, because yeah, they're still a thing, the child, we as a child ourselves, adopted and gave our last name. But first, let's talk about the Cabbage Patch. Did you know there was actually a thing back in the day in the early 1900s in a circus, this disgusting man would actually take preemie babies, sick babies, dying babies from hospitals. The hospitals apparently would give it to him. He would set these said preemie, dying babies in boxes for people to peep at, to watch, and to see. All for the cost of 25 cents. Ladies and gentlemen, step right up. Take a look at dying preemie babies in a box. And he labeled them the Cabbage Patch Kids. Fast forward to the 1980s. This is a peculiar story, the origin story of these kids, these dolls, these demons in a box. What is it they say? Cabbage Patch Kids, your friend for life. Yeah, kind of hits different now, doesn't it? They told you, they warned you. They'll be your friend for life. Because that kind of happens with demons and binding contracts. Written, signed, notarized, witness contracts. But first, let me tell you the origin story. A young man named Xavier as a child was sitting outside of the Appalachian forest. Woof! If my mom and dad would have known that, well, we would never have gotten these. or I, because I was the only one. He's sitting outside of the forest when suddenly a bunny comes out of the forest to talk to him, to bring him into the forest. But it wasn't just a bunny because this bunny could fly, because this bunny wasn't just a bunny. It was a hybrid. It was a mix, a bunny and a bee. This Peter Cottontail had a stinger, yo. A hybrid bunny bee coming out of the forest, buzzing around, luring a young boy into the Appalachian Mountains to a waterfall, where he lured him behind the water, and ta-da, there they were, the cabbages that rustled and moved. And as he watched the bunny bee sprinkle crystals, mystical, magical crystals all over these cabbages, Xavier witnessed a child, a baby, a Cabbage Patch Kid. And he promised from that point forward he would help find each one of them homes. The Appalachian Mountains, people, hybrid bunny bees. Yeah, this isn't looking good. Demons are entities, invisible ones. The Nephilim, all two, are hybrids as well. Half fallen angel, half mortal woman. Hold on. The Nephilim were 450 foot tall, cannibalistic, 6-finger, 6-toe, red-headed, tall four-headed giants. The unholy offspring, the hybrids between fallen angel and mortal women. Uh-oh, ta-da. They were the reason for the Genesis flood. Told their fathers, the souls of your children, the Nephilim, shall be the invisible evil spirits on earth, and the evil spirits shall they be called. They shall taunt, cause chaos, afflict, oppress, destroy, cause war upon man until the day of great consummation without accruing judgment. That's an interesting part. But they are the evil spirits upon the earth, the Nephilim, the hybrids. These invisible spirits, these demons, they roam the earth in hopes for one thing, a host, a body. Have we not learned from Annabelle? I'm not even going to show a picture of Annabelle. She has to also be contained in a box. One of the most vile, disgusting, and evil demons to have ever been imprisoned on this earth to wreak havoc. She too put herself into a doll that has to be kept in a box. Anywho, old Xavier Roberts decided to find these demonic Cabbage Patch Kids a home. And then the hybrid bee/bunny high-fived him and said, well done, get them homes, get them out of here, but make it official, or it doesn't count. Y'all, does this look familiar? Because it really should. You had to physically fill out an adoption form, children in the 80s, and still again to this day. Your name, your address, oh my, and then send in said adoption paper with a fee. You literally paid. And if you know anything about a contract, deal's done. Now, you'd already gotten their birth certificate, but you waited anxiously in the mail for the official adoption papers. Ta-da! Oh, wait, I should explain one thing too, because this is important. Let's run through these quick terms. Call the lawyers to the front for this one, because this one's going to be fun. Official adoption certificate. Oath of adoption. In front of another person, raise your right hand and say, I promise to love I'm not going to say it, that thing, with all of and I promise to be a good and kind parent. I will always remember how special is to me. I'm sorry, what? As a child, you had to stand before another person, put your right hand in the air, and swear an oath? And good news, if you got this and your adoption was approved, and now your little demon is officially their first, middle, and your last name, a part of your family. I missed this earlier, but this is good. Who was born on, they give it a birthday, was adopted by your name, and now lives at your address. Now lives at. Signature of adopted parent and signature of a witness and a date. Now lives at. I want to point out something I was shown today. His name is Xavier. Xavier is a Basque name that means new home. He found them in a patch. He was not married. Della Frances Head is the mom, and she even had a different last name than Xavier. Her last name was Head. So what does Della mean? Oh, it means noble or noble one. And Frances, Della Frances Head, what does France mean? Or Francis mean? It means, oh, that's funny, free people. So together, Della Frances Head means noble free one. And I'm only going to assume that something has to do with the head. Funny, because the Nephilim's mom was mortal and we had free will. Oh, did you notice also Xavier was born October 31st? They remind you that the Nephilim, the giants, their mothers were mortal. And unlike the fallen angels and any angels, they had one thing, free will. Funny that Xavier Roberts is tattooed right on the tush of marking each doll as a new home. If you don't think that this contract is binding, you think this is just some silly fable I've thought of, then it would sure make it strange, the fact that you can actually go on the website because your adoption papers are still all on file. Almost 50 years later, that binding contract, adoption of that demon, is still filed in the company's system. I would highly suggest getting a copy of that and burning the shit out of it, putting the blood of Yeshua HaMashiach upon it, finally breaking that contract you had.